Utara ha.
Silent mode and be purchased around you. The refraining, talking aloud to keep the solemnity of this special occasion. Together, let us maintain orderliness and cleanliness in this place for you to take part in this world-renowned event.
Ay, sir. Bilang.
Please be seated. To formally open the program, may I invite everyone to rise for our inspirational worship song to be followed by an opening prayer, and do remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Please be seated. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Henry Ford. To our vigorous and committed USTP System President, Dr. Ambrosio B. Cultura II, our passionate System Vice President for Administration and Legal Affairs, Attorney Erwin B. Buscio, our dedicated Director for Infrastructure, Planning and Facilities Development Office, Architect Ferdinand A. Dumpa, our proactive honored guest, Our proactive Director of the Legal Services, Attorney Kenneth M. Capis, honored guests from the Bureau of Fire Protection, Region 10, headed by their Director, Senior Superintendent Carlos T. Dueñas, Acting Chief Admin, Chief Legal, Bureau of Fire Protection, Region 10 Senior Inspector, Ruel B. Corriendo, Acting Provincial Fire Director from the Bureau of Fire Protection, Region 10, Chief Inspector Wilfredo A. David, and other Bureau of Fire officers who are present here. To my colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Usufruct Agreement signing ceremony between the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines and the Bureau of Fire Protection, Region 10. Usufruct, in essence, is nothing else but simply allowing one to enjoy another's property. It is a legal right accorded to a person or property that confers the temporary right to use and derive income or benefit from someone else's property. To begin, may we call in our dedicated and compassionate System Director of the Infrastructure Planning and Facilities Development Office, IPFDO USTP System, Architect Ferdinand A. Dumpa, for his welcome remarks. Let's give him a big round of applause, please.
First of all, it is an honor and privilege to have this opportunity to welcome you. Our friends in the Bureau of Fire Protection, headed by Senior Superintendent Carlos T. Dueñas, Director of Bureau of Fire Protection, Region 10, Senior Inspector Ruel B. Carriedo, Acting Chief Admin and Legal, Region 10, Chief Inspector Wilfredo A. David, Acting Provincial Fire Director, Region 10, together with the BFP entourage. To our innovative and dynamic University System President, Dr. Ambrosio B. Cultura II, the Vice President for Admin and Legal Affairs, Attorney Posio Ergin, and Attorney Kenneth Kempes, Legal Services Director, and all USTP personnel who are here present. Good morning. The rapid movement of growth and development nowadays are pervasive. We have all witnessed the emergence of science and technology-based developments, the application of information technology, efficient designs, ecological issues, new partnership, option, and humane approach are likely to be part of the evolution. And for this reason, I am very pleased and excited to welcome you this morning as we witness another rapid movement of development in the USTP Aguila S&T Park, a movement of partnership, a movement of trust and confidence between the two knowledge providers, BFP, responsible for ensuring public safety through prevention and suppression of all destructive fires in buildings, and USTP, the source of new knowledge and innovative thinking, providers of skilled individuals. And I do believe that this agreement is historic to all of us, to witness the signing of the first Usufruct agreement, USTP Claveria, that will soon shape a disaster-resilient environment. The Aguila Technopark opened its wings to its first locators and the first collaborators inside its nest. I will leave you not this famous quote for firefighters, and it says, the funny thing about firemen is night and day, they are always firemen. With your presence at USTP Aguila S&T Park, will soon play a great balance and will give protection to the stakeholders of the community. Again, I welcome you all and see you soon, the future residents of the USTP Alubijid Aguila SMT Park. Good morning.
Thank you so much, RD, for that warm welcome and kind words. Indeed, an important aspect of business is partnerships. At this juncture, let us welcome our deeply motivated, dynamic, and determined USTP System President, Dr. Ambrosio B. Cultura II, for his message.
Our guest, Senior Superintendent Carlos T. Duenas, Director of Bureau of Fire Protection, Region 10, Senior Inspector Roel D. Carrillo, Acting Chief Admin and Chief Legal of BP, Region 10, to Chief Inspector Wilfredo A. David, Acting Provincial Fire Director of the Bureau of Fire, Region 10, and to other officers of the Bureau of Fire, and to our officials of the university system, and to the committees, Attorney Osho, Architect Lumpa, other staff here at the university. Good morning. The University of Science and Technology believes in the power of collaboration. With the key players for development, the academy, the industry, government, and we expand into community collaborative efforts in support for inclusive development. We anticipate to develop the innovation in the region. In fact, we already started it, and we want to continue developing this innovation ecosystem in the region. The USTP hopes to sustain the momentum of this partnership that we have forged as we pursue the establishment of USTP anti-parts. Now thus we are called to further strengthen our partnership and collaboration. By the way, this is not just the beginning or not just the collaboration that we had with the Bureau of Fire. 5 years ago, we had this project on the automation of building permit with fire and other agency at that time. The automation of the application of building permit in Cagayan de Oro. And recently, we had also this partnership in the conduct of study on the cause of fire of Cagayan de Oro. And the result of that study was turned over last week to the City Council, and that resulted to the ordinance, filing of the ordinance to require our residential building to have a minimum requirement of a circuit breaker. This sort of study is caused by electrical faulty. It's a faulty wiring. So we have already this collaboration, and we are very much thankful that this is another collaboration which is in partnership on the establishment of our Aguila Islanti Park. This Islanti Park is anchored to the university's aspiration to create a venue where the key players for development can explore new possibilities by working together, building on each other's sides, learning and sharing, as we aspire to the right conditions that would empower this AIGC, we call it quadruple helix collaboration, the academic, industry, government, and community, to foster and nurture the region's innovation ecosystem. So, 5 years ago, the university started to establish the innovation ecosystem, and we want to sustain it. We want to continue establishing this innovation ecosystem because we believe that this is the important aspect for development, to strengthen or to sustain this innovation ecosystem where these 4 actors are the key players of this direction or this plan. We also aspire that through the facilitating condition of the Islanti Park, together we can create or discern an innovative solutions to the long-standing and emerging challenges. No? And I think Bureau of Fire is part of that. No? As the result of that study, without the Bureau of Fire, we're not able to come up with that study. And this is the protection, the safety of our people, no? Which is part of the development. No? As the city grows, the challenge of safety and security is always there. No? The disaster risk management need to be given, no, attention. Now, USTP therefore called for an industry, government, agencies, and communities to support the vision of USTP, because we believe that USTP cannot do it alone. We need partners. And it's good that we started with Bureau of Fire because they are important for our safety and security in that area, and the disaster risk management where they can support to us. So it's appropriate that we have partnered, we have this first agency who are willing to partner or to relocate in that east part that we have. So as we now move forward with the signing of this Usufruct agreement today, the USTP is even more motivated to pursue the realization of its vision, because we share the same aspiration with the Bureau of Fire. We allocated 10,000 square meters. We anticipate to establish this BFP Region 10 Regional Training Center. No? Specialized courses, as mentioned by our director, focus on these specialized courses. Now, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, allow me therefore to express the university's gratitude to the BFP Region 10, headed by its Regional Director, Senior Superintendent Carlos Duenas, for their active support, no, to the vision of USTP as it aspires to sustain the innovation ecosystem here in Region Mindanao, Northern Mindanao. Please assure continually that we will support the BFP Region's initiative, no? Region 10 initiative, as our partner, as the first partner to relocate, to commit to relocate in that area of our SRT part. So with our collaboration efforts, we have faith that we will be able to create the innovation ecosystem, no, in this region, where we can be adaptive and resilient to whatever disruptions that may come in the future. May this therefore be the start, no, with the region's Bureau of Fire, and I am hopeful that there will be another more collaboration, especially in the area of research. No? In the area of research, we have the Center of Inclusive Studies, no? And we have different centers where we can help the Bureau of Fire in their needs. No? I think the research component is very important. As I've said, there is a challenge there. If there is development, more challenges come, then we need to prepare, and we need to equip ourselves with all these needed things that we prepare. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, again, I would like to express my gratitude to the Bureau of Fire who first commit, no, the government agency who first commit to help the university in the establishment of the SRT part. Thank you, and once again, good morning.
Building friendships, partnerships, and collaboration, among others, on gaining experiences. So this morning is another milestone, and it's about to unfold in our lives. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for that insightful message. Rest assured that it will be inculcated in our hearts and in our mind. This time, may I call in the Director of the Bureau of Fire Protection, Region 10, Senior Superintendent Carlos Tita Duenas, for his message.
thank you, ma'am. To the USTP System President, Dr. Ambrosio Cultura, DC Cancer. Of course, to the USTP Director for Infrastructure, Planning and Facilities Development, Architect Ferdinand Tumpaser. To the USTP Vice President for Administration and Legal Affairs, Attorney Erwin Lucio, sir, attorney. To the Director of Legal Services, Attorney Quintes, attorney. To the VP officers who are present with me, Attorney Cayedo, our legal, and of course sa ating Provincial Director, si Chief Inspector David. Dito din yung CPIs namin, si Engineer Dilarita, other staff, and of course sa staff ng USTP. Pleasant morning to everyone. On behalf of the Bureau of Fire Protection, I wish to extend my sincere gratitude to the USTP system for this undertaking. I'll take also this opportunity to express our gratitude, planting a seed for the future. This strong collaborative partnership between the BFP and USTP will greatly contribute to our ability to achieve a fire-safe community. With the advent of the modernization program, we are looking into provision of appropriate budget for acquiring modern fire equipment and facilities. Ito ang challenge on the part sa BFP-10. Pero isa to sa priorities ng modernization program. So, hiring more personnel, more capability training for the firefighters, to capacitate our human resources. It is our hope that in a few years, the Bearland will soon be center for special forces training, like urban search and rescue, the mountain search and rescue training, and yung pinaka-basic, yung basic life support, kung saan kahit mga universities natin, nagiging part na yan sa training ng ating mga estudyante. So hindi lang ang target natin dito, hindi lang target para sa firefighters, kundi within the community, and of course sa future students ng USTP. So ito yung produkto ng whole government approach, whole of the community approach. Kumbaga, another challenge to sa Bureau of Fire ay hindi namin ito ma-attain kung ano yung objective namin kung walang collaborative effort in terms sa training center natin dito na i-establish. So I hope na yung expectation ng USTP din sa amin ma-attain din namin. And I assure na gagawin namin ang lahat namin makakaya. Thank you so much sa USTP management, and of course kung ano man yung commitment din ng mga other agencies, follow-up na lang ang kulang. So yung napag-usapan namin ni Dr. kanina regarding doon sa challenges, na initial challenges, yung siyempre yung daan, yung access natin doon sa area. So I hope na ma-sit down na natin to together with the local government units sa Alubijid, and of course with gobyerno. Kasi isa sa problema doon sa mga right of way na mga may-ari doon sa daanan din. Thank you so much, and once again, good morning.
Thank you so much, Sir Duenes, for that valuable message. We believe, and with your presence in the USTP Aguila S&T Park, will soon play a great balance and will give protection to the stakeholders of the S&T community. So this time, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to the pinnacle of our ceremony, the signing of our Usufruct agreement. May I call in the Director For legal services, USTP System, Attorney Kenneth M. Campis, for the reading of the Usufruct Agreement between USTP and the Bureau of Fire Protection, Region 10.
Usufruct Agreement. Know all men by this presence. This Usufruct Agreement, hereinafter referred to as the Agreement, made and executed by and between the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, a state university created under and by virtue of RA 12919, with office address at Siem Recto Avenue, Lapasan, Cagayan de Oro City. Herein represented by its President, Dr. Ambrosio B. Cultura II, hereinafter referred to as USTP, and the Bureau of Fire Protection Regional Office 10, with office address at Maharlika Building, Gumamela Extension, Carmen, Cagayan de Oro City. Herein represented by its Regional Director, Senior Superintendent Carlos T. Buenas, hereinafter referred to as the Usufruct. With this said, whereas USTP owns a parcel of land containing an area of 10,000 square meters, more or less, and it is described as follows. For this purpose, also a sketch plan is attached to this document. Whereas the Usufruct has requested for an allocation of land area where it can erect its BFP-10 regional training school. Whereas USTP has signified its approval to allow the Usufruct to use the above described parcel of land so that it can build thereto the above mentioned BFP-10 regional training school. Now therefore, for and in consideration of the desire of USTP to help the Usufruct to realize its mission, by this agreement, to hereby allow the latter to possess and use the above described parcel of land subject to the following covenants. That 1. Term. The term of the Usufruct shall be perpetual. 2. Purpose of the Usufruct. The 10,000 square meters shall be used exclusively for the establishment of a regional training school, dormitories, administration building and other related buildings, sports complex, which shall consist of a track and field and other sports facilities, which are reasonably necessary for the operation therewith. 3. Land ownership. The ownership and title of the land remains with and continues to be in the name of USTP. 4. Obligations of the Usufruct. The Usufruct shall A. Submit its building design and its site development plan to USTP for the latter's approval. B. Develop the area and construct the BFP-10 Regional Training School, dormitories, administration and other related buildings, sports complex and other related facilities at its own expense. This shall include the land development, provision, introduction, and or maintenance of proper infrastructure, perimeter fences, and facilities that shall make the building sustainable and viable for use. In case there is no compliance of the implementation of the project within 10 years from the signing of this agreement, or the project is aborted or rescinded for whatever cause, the agreement shall be deemed terminated and the land and improvements thereon shall automatically revert to USTP without any cost to the latter. C. Be responsible for the installation and payment for its utility bills such as water and electricity, among others. D. Be responsible for the maintenance of its area and building, including, among others, cleanliness, habitability, and payment of realty taxes. E. Neither construct nor erect any structures within the area without approval from USTP. Should the aforementioned parcel of land be used by the Usufruct for purposes other than that for which it was intended, the Usufruct shall be deemed revoked and the possession of the lot and ownership of all improvements shall revert to USTP. F. Apply, obtain, and submit documents for securing the necessary permits, including but not limited to building permits, environmental compliance certificates or ECC, and safety evaluation clearance. It shall be the responsibility of the usufructuary to comply with all other requirements imposed by other government officers for the establishment of a regional training school, dormitories, administration building and other buildings, sports complex, track and field, and other sports facilities. G. Not sell, dispose, mortgage, encumber, transfer, assign, or tolerate the use by a third party or use as collateral for economic venture the land under usufruct or any portion thereof during the lifetime of the agreement. H. Not use the usufruct for any unlawful act. I. Allow USTP to use the facilities of the regional training school, dormitories, administration, and other buildings subject to reasonable fees and charges. J. Allow USTP and the general public to use the sports complex under the sports facilities subject to reasonable fees and charges, provided that bona fide students of USTP shall be allowed to use the sports complex and other sports facilities free of fees and charges subject to availability of the same facilities. K. Give preferential opportunity for qualified faculty members and administrators of USTP to teach or lecture in the BFP-10 Regional Training School. 5. Rights and obligations of USTP. USTP shall A. Authorize the usufructuary to apply, sign, obtain, secure, and submit documents for securing the necessary permits, including but not limited to building and development permits. B. Use the facilities of the regional training school, dormitories, administration and other buildings, and sports complex, track and field, and other sports facilities subject to reasonable fees and charges. And C. Exercise ownership over the property under usufruct. In witness whereof, the parties hereunder affix their signature this 27th day of October 2021 at USTP Cagayan City. This document will be signed for USTP by Dr. Ambrosio B. Cultura II, President of the University System, and for the usufructuary, Senior Superintendent Carlos P. Dueñas, BFP Regional Director. This document will be signed in the presence of Architect Ferdinand A. Dumba, Director for Infrastructure, Planning and Facilities Development Office of USTP System. And this will be also signed in the presence of Senior Inspector Attorney Ruel B. Carriedo, Acting Chief Admin, Chief Legal of BFP Region 10.
The signing representing the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, USTP System are the following: Dr. Ambrosio B. Cultura II, the representative, to be together with Architect Ferdinand A. Dumba, the witness. The signee representing the Bureau of Fire Protection, Region 10, are the following: Senior Superintendent Carlos T. Dueñas, the representative, together with Senior Inspector Ruel B. Carriedo, the witness. moment is made possible from the inexhaustible efforts of our dear stakeholders. At this point in time, may I request the Vice President for Administration and Legal Affairs, USTP System, Attorney Erwin B. Busho, for his closing remarks.
The present administration of USTP believes that greater things can be accomplished when we work together. And that is the reason why we are here today. As the USTP is paving the way for a seamless academic industry government collaboration, which will be evident in the soon to be established Aguila Technopark. We seek to enter more collaborative works with other government agencies and private industry partners. In culminating this ceremonial signing of the Usufruct agreement between USTP and BFP Region 10, and in behalf of the facilitators of this momentous event, I would like to express my most sincere appreciation and thanks to each and everyone joining us today, most especially to our ever-dynamic University System President, Dr. Ambrosio Portola II, the Bureau of Fire Protection Region 10 Director, Senior Superintendent Carlos T. Dueñas, Senior Inspector Ruel B. Caliedo, the Acting Chief Admin, Chief Legal of BFP Region 10 Training. Also, my friend, Chief Inspector Wilfredo E. Lobet, the Acting Provincial Director of BFP-10. My friend, Architect Ferdinand Dompa, the Director of IPFDO. Attorney Kenneth M. Kimpes, the Director of Legal Services of this university. I am supposed to share with you the BFP modernization, but Senior Superintendent Dueñas has already discussed to you about the relevance of the signing of the modernization law of BFP. That law puts significance to our signing today of this training center, because it expands the duties and responsibilities of BFP and putting more emphasis on specialized trainings for the personnel of BFP. As always, your expression of support has been overwhelming, and this fuels the administration to further give its best for the greater good of this university and of this country. Thank you and have a blissful day.
Thank you so much, Attorney, for that heartwarming closing remark. Furthermore, let me conclude with sincere words of thanks to our USTP school administration for their encouragement, guidance, trust, and confidence given to us from planning preparation during the program proper. And to our admin staff headed by Ma'am Kathy, Sir Dave, especially to the working OP committees, to their commitment, hard work, and joy in doing their task. Our maintenance personnel for their support and help. Above all else, to our God Almighty for giving us that strength, wisdom, guidance, peace, protection, unity, and victory. For without Him, we won't be able to have a very successful event today. I hope that we are all delighted in our event this morning. I wish you all a safe trip back to your home, your workplace. Hope to see you in our next endeavor. This is not yet the end, but this is the beginning of our friendships. Always remember, only together we will make things happen. Once again, thank you so much for gracing our Usufruct signing ceremony with your presence. This has been your host, Miss Lovely Bailoses, your master of ceremony this morning, leaving you this wonderful verse, Psalm 37 verse 4, take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Once again, have a blessed morning, everyone. Enjoy and stay safe. We have refreshments at the back. You need the USTP personnel will just continue.
Thank you.